Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
MSNBC's Mitchell claims no white people have ever been hurt by affirmative action. She gets crushed. MSNBC is so furious that President Trump is against affirmative action that they tried to claim that no white person has ever been hurt by it. Wow. MSNBC's Andrea Mitchell invited two guests on from the Washington Post who agreed with her opinion. Let's talk about this, because obviously the counterpoint is that white students claim, perhaps, I don't know if there are cases, even, that this seems to be the Justice Department looking for a problem, and to put resources there. So the claim would be that white students are being disadvantaged by other students, minority students, getting entrance to the available spots. What about the fact that this takes money away from the pursuit of more pressing civil rights cases that are out there? Asked Mitchell. That's a great question. First, just the premise that this is harming white students is wrong on at least two key fronts. There are more white students in college now than ever before. So to suggest that white students are somehow not getting the advantage of higher education is absolutely false, responded Janine Nelson. Legal Insurrection's Mark Finkelstein wrote back against this. He pointed out that there are more white students in college than before is a straw man. White students can still get an education, but they are rejected from superior schools for minority students with lower test scores than them. He went on to point out that an Asian student has to score 450 points higher than a black student to be able to get into the same college. For more, read here. She finally broke what Maxine Waters just let slip will doom the Democrats. If you are looking to find a powerful Democrats guaranteed to say something batshit crazy, mad, Maxine Waters always manages to come through. This time, however, what she revealed on the morning radio show The Breakfast Club can literally spell the end of the Democrat Party. Maxine Waters wants to form a political party for African Americans. Now, this is not an overnight takeover she has in mind. According to her little plan, Maxine thinks that they should all just be Dems for now until they are strong enough to break off and make their own party. Maxine made it very clear that she wants to see more black people at the polls voting Dem before she is willing to pull the trigger on anything. Apparently, Hillary Clinton did not give her confidence in that realm. You have to show that you are willing and you're able to put the numbers together and exercise your influence. We still are not voting our influence yet. There are a few fundamental issues with her perfect little plan. 1. Not all African Americans share the same values. What is to stop the party from splitting into liberals and conservatives again? Another issue is, who will lead this party? If it is gonna be Maxine Waters, they are doomed before they even start. But hey, whatever gets her out of office is fine with us, right? Also, just a heads up to any African Americans reading this. The Republican Party welcomes you wholeheartedly despite the lies of the MSM. Share this around if you agree 100%. Al Gore says Trump's White House is like a popular TV show. He's so wrong. Former Vice President Al Gore may not be as widely hated as thankfully retired politician Hillary Clinton. The two have something in common, though, in that both Democrats lost elections that most media pundits thought they would easily win. Gore has proved to be more obnoxious than Hillary recently by trying to drum up interest in his sequel to Oscar-winning PowerPoint slideshow An Inconvenient Truth. He took time out to malign the administration of President Donald Trump and compare his administration to HBO's Game of Thrones. Said Gore to Chris Hayes on MSNBC's All In, last week somebody said it was like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, with people coming and going and I'm going to fire everybody, and it was really wild. Fancying himself a comedian, liberal Hayes responded, but wait, I want to stop you there. Do you watch that like everybody else does and just say, "What the heck is going on?" Asked Hal, "You're talking about Game of Thrones or the White House?" Gore's foolish comparison did not go over well with some observers. Wrote an internet commenter about Al's lame discussion with Hayes, "I think I'd rather get a root canal, a catheter insertion, and a colonoscopy, all at the same time, before I'd wanna listen to 30 seconds of the flatulent tuber boring global warmer and the prissy hissy little ignorant girly man talk about anything. Do you agree?" Good Times star Jimmy Walker makes proud Trump endorsement, liberals furious. Jimmy Walker, former comedian and actor who rose to fame by starring in the 1970s show Good Times, gave President Trump a huge endorsement. His liberal Hollywood friends must be pissed. He described his political party as logical independent. "I'm for probably 90% of the things he does. That means I'm not against Trump, but he makes mistakes, too," he said. He went on to complain that President Trump is attacked way too much. "There's not one positive Trump joke out here," said Walker. "No president has been attacked in recent years, because you couldn't attack Obama because he was black. But Trump, they have come out guns blazing against him. But even though I don't like everything he does, why, heck, darn it, I think he deserves some sort of praise. But you can't say that in Hollywood," said Walker. "I think anything that anybody says really is scrutinized. It's nothing personal. Everybody takes everything so hard. I think that's really what the problem is. Everybody is too sensitive," said Walker. This isn't the first comment he's made on politics recently. He also defended Bill Maher when liberals attacked him for using the N-word in a joke. "It was a joke," Walker said. "Come on, people. I love Bill Maher. Even though Bill Maher has not put me on his show in about 10 years. Bill Maher is not a racist. Calm down," he said. Michael Moore and Joy Behar join forces to end the Electoral College because it helped Trump. Michael Moore went on to The View and advocate for ending the Electoral College because President Trump won with the help of the Electoral College. The Electoral College was a brilliant way for people in less populous regions to have a voice, but Democrats lose because of it, so they wanted it to be banned. Joy Behar was totally on board. "Like you pointed out in your show last night, the Electoral College is something the Democrats have not been able to get," said Behar. "It's the second time in 16 years, the first with Gore, that we win and then we lose. How does this happen?" "You know?" said Moore. "They steal it, that's why," Behar yelled. "They are like a happily married couple." The Democrats have won the popular vote in 6 of the last 7 presidential elections. The Republicans have only won the popular vote once since 1988. The country we live in actually agrees with the Democrats on the issues. Women should be paid the same as men, there is climate change, there should be a minimum wage, basic things, said Moore. "That's the good news of the country we live in. But we have this archaic thing that's got to go, the Electoral College," said Moore. "They are never going to get it go, because it helps them," said Behar. Moore then admitted that President Trump outsmarted the Democrats. "I mean, it's hard to say this, but he did outsmart us. He was smart enough to go to Detroit. He was smart enough to figure out how to convince 53% of white women to vote for him after the Billy Bush," said Moore. Scarborough slams Jim Acosta for acting just like Hitler. Even MSNBC's Joe Scarborough was able to point out how ridiculous CNN's Jim Acosta acts during press briefings. In the now viral video of Stephen Miller destroying Jim Acosta, Acosta used some really underhanded tactics. Scarborough actually went on to compare Acosta to Hitler's book Mein Kampf. Where things seemed to really melt down was when Jim Acosta, "We're certainly not putting this on Jim Acosta, you can watch the clip and choose sides. Maybe we shouldn't have TVs in the press room after all. But when Jim Acosta used the language like "it seems like your polices are trying to engineer racial and ethnic percentages or something," it sure sounded like something that you would read out of Mein Kampf or something, said Scarborough. Talking about how it looks like you are engaged in racial engineering or ethnic engineering or something we would have accused the Serbs of doing in the 1990s, at that point, it went off the rails, said Scarborough. Washington Examiner columnist Tim Carney agreed. This is why people hate the press. Acosta is going in and saying there because of Emma Lazarus' poem it's un-American to require immigrants to speak English. Forget about how Stephen Miller got personal, said Carney. The fact is Acosta is putting out an argument few people hold, and Miller is standing up there, knows immigration policy much better than any reporter I know. And so I just thought it was, let me put it this way, Stephen Miller could have done better. Acosta could not have done worse, said Carney.